Good afternoon and welcome to Central Valley Talk Live. It is 12:37 on this 18th of May. I am Austin Reed, coming to you from our Tower District studios inside the Mike Briggs building. We thank you for joining us. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Austin Reed on Air. We are going to be talking about a couple things over the next 10 minutes. Number one, a city council race here in Fresno. We're talking about District 3. And then we're also going to explore some theft. And I'll just leave it at that. Joining us live in our Tower District studio is Nickolas Wildstar. He's running for City Council in Fresno District 3. Welcome. Hello there.
Thank you very much for having me, Austin.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
What's the latest with the election? I mean, we've got just a few days left. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Election Day is June 7th, but by now everybody should have received their ballots in the mail. So please, of course, do your due diligence to find out who's actually running. I've been doing my best as a candidate to get the word out, put signs up around town.
I see your signs all around.
That's good to know, because I've had quite a few of them stolen. So that's sabotage that you experience when you're campaigning. But thankfully, the word is getting out. And I'm having the opportunity to be seen and heard by more people. So we'll see what happens in June.
District 3, remind everybody where exactly that is. What part of town?
That's Tower. This side of Olive. So it's
right.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's pretty much like a 5 to 10 mile radius surrounding the 99 to the 180. All the way to up to Clinton. So it neighbors District 1. Which is, I guess, on this side of Clinton, north of Clinton, and north of Olive. But, it also incorporates downtown, Chinatown, all the way to Jensen, central area. So it's quite of a large area.
Now, you have politics is nothing new to you.
Not at all.
You have been in many campaigns. Why this one? Why are you so confident and excited to become the next city council member for District 3?
Well, I still have the desire to serve my community and get in there and serve as a representative. And I really feel like that's my calling in life. So I'm just staying adamant and fighting for that opportunity. So I have ran for governor 3 times. I ran for Fresno mayor as well as Fullerton City Council when I lived there. So I figured just getting myself in on the council level, on the city level, will give me an opportunity to show and prove to the public
and grow bigger.
Exactly. And hopefully they'll support my future aspects.
Let's talk about how you're different than your opponents.
Well, the one that's offering practical solutions. I mean, especially when it comes to homelessness. Right now, the city is spending upwards to $100,000 just to renovate hotel rooms that are limited in their accessibility. I mean, if someone has a disability or a handicap, not all of those hotel rooms have ramps or anything like that. But my goal is to actually build a manufacturing facility here in Fresno where we can create 3D printed homes. These homes could actually be built in less than 24 hours. They cost less than $10,000, and they're self-sustainable and portable. So these are state-of-the-art homes that could be readily made available to our men and women that are living on the streets that have small children. Not a lot of people think about the families that are actually living out and that are unhoused, but not all of them are out there being seen. I've been involved in pit counts, point-in-time counts here in Fresno, and it's nearly about 5,000 people that are displaced at this time. I know a friend of mine who lives out of her business because she can't afford to pay her rent, and she has 2 small children. So those are people that aren't taken into account when we talk about our unhoused population. But of course, our military veterans that are suffering from PTSD are out there living on the streets, including troubled youth that maybe got spat out through the, foster care system or, maybe has some troubles at home, but we need to be taking into account those people instead of just thinking everyone out there has a mental health issue or a drug issue and they need to be discounted. We need to make sure we have adequate housing and affordable housing, and having that 3D printed manufacturing facility, I believe, would help fill that void.
We got to talk about something I saw on your Facebook the other day.
All right.
Catalytic converter theft? What
Catalytic converter.
Oh, what did I say?
Cadillac converter. That's actually what the lady said in a video. But the catalytic converter, I guess, some part on your car that prevents it from being so loud.
Right.
I don't know the first thing about cars.
Yeah,
I'll
I don't
just
either,
be honest.
obviously.
But, and that's what actually shocked me is my wife and I, my family, and including our son, we went out to the Garlic Festival over the weekend. And this was out there at the fairgrounds. And we parked on the streets, because they charge for parking like $10 or something like that. And for a working class family, every dollar counts right now. And we're no exception to the rule. So we parked on the streets and we went to the festival, had a great time, and we're leaving. And once we got outside, we were walking to our car, and some ladies across the street started yelling at us about how someone stole the catalytic converter off our car. And they had a video, and they showed it to us, and they were explaining how, I guess there was 3 Asian guys casing the area, and they seemed suspicious to them, and they were just watching out. And the next thing you know, they pulled up next to my car, jacked it up, stole the piece, and left. But they were able to capture this on video, and they even called 911 during that time. Now, I haven't called 911, thankfully, since I've lived here. We haven't had any emergencies and haven't had the need. But the people that saw the theft called 911 to report it, and they were told that unless the victim is there or the property owner, that there was nothing that they could do. And pretty much call back when, they had arrived. So once we got there, I called 911. I was told to then call the non-emergency line, which isn't easily accessible by Google. But the agent gave me the non-emergency line, called that number, spoke with someone. They said they would file a report, or I could stay there and wait for an officer to arrive on the scene. Now, we had our son with us. He's 2, and he was ready for bed. So I let her know, hey, we can't stick around here. How, long will it be? And she says she doesn't know, even though there's a police station right around the corner from, the big fair. So I said, hey, we're going to go home. Just have the officer call, when they're available so we can file the report. And then the next day, we actually got called and were able to file that report. But from what I've been told, there's not much that's going to happen from that other than maybe a inquiry as to what happened. But who knows when that will be. The ladies that saw the thieves and could give a description of them still have yet to be interviewed, So I'm not sure where to stand on I guess, community violence when it comes to police presence, because we were at the fairgrounds. There was police all over the fairgrounds, none outside, but yet this happened. I even spoke to a buddy of mine, and he said his catalytic converter was stolen off of his car in his driveway when a cop was down the street. So,
so this is happening everywhere. Right?
Yes, it is. It's definitely a epidemic here in the city of Fresno and nationwide even. But you would think with that being known that our police would make a hefty effort towards trying to prevent those type of crimes. But they're still looked at as petty crimes and not really taken that seriously. And that's where I believe we need to have the community step in to help aid law enforcement in making sure that crime is prevented in our neighborhoods.
Right.
Because had those young ladies had the resources available to them to possibly prevent that crime from happening in that moment, or even just to call and, be able to contact authorities and have law enforcement show up on the scene, would have been better, and right now that's where the community is feeling like there's a lack of trust and accountability when it comes to law enforcement. So as much as we appreciate our law officers for being our hometown heroes, and it's much needed, they also need assistance from time to time. And it can't be everywhere all the time. But if we have people of the community that are playing eyes and ears for them, then that also helps. So I would like to see the expansion of our community police academy, which we actually have here in Fresno, and help employ some of those people, like the young ladies that actually saw this crime. Yeah. And maybe we'll see a reduction of those type of thefts.
Again, Election Day is June 7th.
Yes.
People can learn more about you at
crowdpack.com. I'm promoting my crowdpack.com.
Okay, that's okay. That's
it's like
right.
a GoFundMe for political candidates. So
perfect.
it's crowdpack.com/C/Go Wild Fresno.
Go Wild Fresno.
Yeah, that's my campaign slogan. I
like that.
Fresno to go wild.
Yep.
Choose Wildstar for governor. We'll change the city and make it a better place for us all. Exactly.
Nickolas, good to see you. Thank you so much. Good luck with the car situation.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I'm Austin Reed. Thank you for joining us for Central Valley Talk. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again soon.